You are watching Channel Adrian TV.
Yo, YouTube, Rumble, Facebook, wherever you're watching this, welcome back to another Sunday service video. A little different setup because I wanted to discuss about a topic that I think at some point every man and woman is going to have to deal with. Sometimes you're going to have to believe in yourself more than your idols, people you love to, your parents, your family, friends, whoever it is, because they may not see the vision that you have for yourself. And this is when Bryson Tiller comes into play, because it tells the story about him and Timberland early on in his career before his career popped off. And I think it speaks a lot towards the topic I'm talking about today, of how sometimes you just got to believe in yourself more than what people see for yourself. Let's get to the reaction.
You know, he didn't even like. He heard the music, but he didn't like it. He was like, whatever.
Yeah.
So
wait, he didn't like your music?
At that time, no. This was before any of that. I like switched up my whole sound. Like I was like, yo, I'm about to be more grown with it. And then I finally uploaded that song, and I got a call from Rich, and he's like, yo, Timbo, want to holler at you. I was in a movie theater. I just had to get off an argument with my girl at the time, and I was down bad.
Well, you won the argument.
Huh?
You won the argument. Yeah, I gotta hang up. Timberland called. Yeah. Timberland's on the other line. I'll call you back.
So then he was like, yo, quit your job or whatever. Well, actually, I told him, I was like, yo, I can't come to Miami because I got to work. He said, this is work. And I was like, well, what you saying? You say, like, I should quit my job or something? He was like, yeah. And I was like, I bet. So I literally went to my job. I couldn't wait. Just flew back. I was in Philly, actually. Flew back to Louisville. Drove the whole way. First, we was taking turns on the way to Philly. This way, I drove all the way back by myself.
Wait. So you driving from Philly to Louisville, knowing that Timberland just told you, yo, quit your job.
Yep.
How fast was you driving? Because I know that got to be like, I got to get to Louisville right now.
I was speeding, dog. Like, I was real.
So y'all keep that in mind. I want to lay out this story for you. Timberland heard Don't, the song that literally blew him up overnight, even though he wasn't an overnight sensation, because he said a little bit earlier in the clip that when he first started doing music, Timberland didn't like it, and he switched up his sound, and that's the Don't sound, and that's kind of the trap soul sound, and that's how his career started to turn around. Keep in mind, Timberland told him to quit his job. If a Grammy award-winning, multi-platinum producer tells you to quit your job, the majority of people are going to want to quit their job. And plus, him being in the music, I know he definitely looked up to Timberland, or still looks up to him. So just keep that in mind. So Timberland tells him to quit his job, and he quits his job.
To get back, my car was fucked up. I didn't even care, but I just had to get back so I could go to my job and be like, yo, I'm quitting. And I went to go tell them. I said, yo, the Timberland wants to work with me. I think they really thought I was talking about like the boot company or something. I was like, yo, they was like, all right, man. Well,
yeah, I mean,
we wish you the best.
Footwear it is. That's hilarious.
So I was like, all right, cool. So I went down there, and I recorded like maybe 3 or 4 songs from Trap Soul. And, this ain't to like slight Timberland or nothing at all, but like he wasn't really, wasn't really rocking with him too much like that.
And Trap Soul, which is one of my favorite albums that came out in the last, 5 or 6 years. And I still listen to it to this day. Grammy Award winning, very well-known producer Timberland thought Trap Soul wasn't good enough. Think about that. You quit your job at the whim because of this super producer telling you to quit your job, and he listens to some songs from Trap Soul and he doesn't like it. And this is where it kind of ties into what I'm saying. Sometimes you just have to believe in yourself more than your family, your friends, your idols. And when I saw this video, I immediately thought I definitely have to do this for Sunday service. But let's get back to the video.
He was like, yo, we need more songs like Don't. And I was just like, but I already got Don't.
Right.
I was like, I already got that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this is, like I said, these are songs that made Trap Soul that I was playing on. And then...
which ones didn't he like?
Sorry Not Sorry.
Which is crazy. I was listening to Sorry Not Sorry literally the other day. You know, when it has that little Street Fighter theme in the beginning of the music and he says fight? That song.
Was that like the 3rd single?
Yeah. See, it's crazy.
There's a couple of them that he wasn't really rocking with. And then I got back home, and then like he gave me like a little bit of cash, whatever. I got back home, and that cash was running out. And I was like, dang, so like, how does this work? Am I like signed right now? So I called him up. I was like, yo, so like, when am I gonna get my next payment? You told
me to quit my job. Papa John's, they pay me every 2 weeks. Yeah.
And then it was like, and my boy Rich was like, yo, Timberland said he never told you to quit your job. And I was like, nah, God.
Hey.
And that's crazy. And the fact that he said not to slight Timberland, he's better than me, because if for Timberland to say to his mans that, hey, I didn't tell him to quit his job, but you sat here and told me to quit my job, I would be upset.
What you doing, dog? What's up, man? What you doing
I was sick, dog. I was sick because like my girl at the time was already looking at me crazy because like I quit my job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was how we was taking care of our kids.
Right.
So I was like, I had to figure something out. My dog Gerald actually is the one who helped me end up getting my daughters like Christmas presents or whatnot. But anyways, at that point, that was when I realized I was like, all right, I just gotta keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a manager at the time who told me to quit my job. He was like telling me beforehand to quit my job before Timberland.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I didn't really want to. Like, I didn't know that dude like that. And I was like, bro, I ain't quit my job because you telling me. Like,
Right.
But Timberland said it's a different story.
It's a different
you know what
story
I'm
coming
saying?
from Timberland.
But
Absolutely.
at that point, I was like, hey, yo, you kind of gotta. You told me to quit my job, so you kind of gotta take on this responsibility, bro. Like, what we gonna do? Like, I'm just make music. Let's figure it out. And I came up here to New York. I recorded Exchange. And like a couple of other joints, Right My Wrongs, like from trap. So I just basically started making trap soul, and then next thing you know, it was like every week something was happening. Every week something amazing was happening. I just couldn't believe it. It was like a wildfire, and that's like that's what I you know, these labels and these people, they always want you to get on social media and do the dances and do everything to promote your music. But I just genuinely believe that like if the music is good, it's gonna catch. You know?
Yeah, and I agree with that. That's why I wanted to do this topic. Like, you just got to believe in yourself more than what people think about your music, your craft, or whatever it is. Now, if it's good at some point, it's going to catch. And just, for example, these YouTube videos, I'm starting to see my hours since I changed to one channel, just strictly the full video content. I'm starting to see my views go up and hours go up. And at some point, hopefully, I'll get that wildfire effect where one video will drop, next thing. And a lot of times that happens when you least expect it, because you're so focused and have tunnel vision on the grind and the daily hustle of every day. So hopefully videos like this motivate y'all. You have to have tunnel vision and keep on going, regardless of if some people don't agree with what you're doing, and that's fine. You don't get mad at them because they don't agree. Now, this situation is different because I would be mad at Timberland if he made me quit my job and then leave me ass out like that. I would be upset. But to anything else in life, you just got to roll with the punches and stay focused and keep grinding, and hopefully it'll catch whatever you're trying to do. And y'all, they're going to go more into depth about the music side. I just really want to talk about the Timberland short story and kind of tell you, y'all, just you have to believe in yourself more than other people believe in you. And that's just life. And at some point, it's not just sports, it's not just music. At your job or anything, you're going to go through that. And hopefully you have more belief in you than other people, because if you don't, it's going to be a long road to the very top. And y'all have a good Sunday and have a blessed week. And y'all do know it's football, so I'm gonna get this video out right before football kickoff, and I will be doing my FanDuel and football videos. I'll probably be dropping that Tuesday after week 1 because I have to wait for Monday Night Football. But we're back in the swing of things, and I just want to say I appreciate all the support, and I will see y'all in the next video.